Good morning, second grade. Last week I taught you a lesson on sequencing and transition words. We read the story. There was an old lady who swallowed a bat, and you completed an activity that sequenced the different characters that the old lady swallowed in the story. Does anybody remember what sequencing is? Lisa?
It's when you put it in order.
Putting things in order. Good job. Good job. Transition words. That was another big word that we talked about last week. Do you remember, Pam, what a transition word is?
No.
Lori, do you?
Tells us where to go.
It does. It connects two sentences together. So if I were to put two sentences together and first this happened, then something else happened, it makes the story make more sense. Okay? So we're going to hit it first with a video.
Yeah, it's in this back there. All your favorite monsters from Hotel Transylvania. Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, Mavis, and Dracula. Wish you a happy Halloween. And don't forget Johnny.
Hi, human.
Someone for do not disturb.
This Halloween is going to be a monster of a celebration. Don't forget to follow these safety tips. Tip number 1, hide from humans. Some of these kids I see looking at my honey bag are a little scared.
Please. I'm not going to say like that for my brain.
Of course he did. He was around me. Tip number 2, never accept unwrapped treats. Say Invisible Man, here's some bacon.
Mommy holding big.
Tip number 3, protect your candy. Always make sure your candy is secure.
Calm down.
I do not say that.
Happy Halloween from your friends at Hotel Transylvania, and we'll see you again in 2015.
Okay. That's a fun video clip. We did the lesson on Halloween, so we're going to stick with the Halloween theme. Today we're going to be authors. Okay, you get to write your own book on this video. So to think about sequencing, and there are 4 different pages in this book that you'll get to draw a character or a picture and then write a sentence using a transition word. So after watching this short video clip, talk amongst yourselves at your table and think about what you could maybe write your story about.
I'm going to write about tips for trick-or-treating.
Tips for trick-or-treating. That was a good one. There were, I think, how many different tips in the video?
3.
There were 3 different tips. So if you were going to come up with a title for your book, you could call it Tips for Trick-or-Treating. And
3 tips.
who would be the author?
I would.
You would be the author because you're the one that wrote it. And then Lisa and Pam, you thought about it.
Everything.
So besides the tips, we also saw quite a few characters. Maybe you could tell your own story about the characters that you saw. If you can think of maybe 3, 4, or 5 characters.
I like
And
that
you could
brain.
say
Halloween costumes. Let's
think about
Halloween
that.
costumes because they were all costumes that
Different Halloween costumes. Okay. So you'll be thinking about different costumes that you saw, and then to connect the words or the sentences, we're going to use transition words. So transition words. Let's brainstorm on some transition words. Okay. Lori, can you give me an example of a transition word?
next.
Pam.
Then.
Lisa. First. And notice what each of these words starts with.
Capital.
A capital letter. Can you tell me why?
Begins a sentence.
Thank you for raising your hand, Pam. Begins the sentence. What's another one that we could use? What transition word could you use for the very last?
After.
You could use after.
Lastly.
Lastly. Or finally.
Finally.
Okay. Now that our brains are kind of thinking about our story, should we watch the video one more time and then you can see the characters again and get ready to write your story. You could be thinking, you can make sure you write your title, and you could work on writing your name because you're the author. And there's 4 different pages following the title page. I want you to write 3, at least get 3 out of your 4 pages done with at least 3 different transition words. You guys already know. You don't really even need to see the video again. I can see you've already started on your book. You've got, that's a nice mummy. So if mummy is your first character that you're drawing, and when we're writing, we're using capital letters. What else? Punctuation. You're right,
Commas.
Lisa. Yep, commas.
Period.
Periods.
Democracy
Correct letter spacing.
was the owner of the Chairman Food Truck, a food truck with a cult following.
Okay.
All your favorite monsters from Hotel Transylvania. Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, Lewis, and Dracula. Wish you a happy Halloween. And don't forget Johnny. A human.
Hi, human.
This Halloween is going to be a monster of a celebration. Don't forget to follow these safety tips. Tip number 1, hide from humans. Some of these kids I see looking at my honey bag are a little scared.
Please, what about that boy who said he lied to me for my grades?
Of course he did. He was a zombie. Tip number 2, never accept unwrapped treats. Say, Invisible Man, here's some bacon. Mommy, holding bacon. Tip number 3, protect your candy. Always make sure your candy is secure.
Where's your candy?
Calm down.
I do not say that.
Happy Halloween from your friends at Hotel Transylvania, and we'll see you again in 2015.
Okay. Everybody should be able to finish up their books, and then if there's anybody that wants to share their story. And as long as you can get your sentences done today, the 3 out of the 4, you can finish your artwork. You can take it home and finish it and show your
I'll share my story.
Okay.
Mine is 3 tips for trick-or-treating by Lori. First, you want to hide your candy from humans. Next, never accept unwrapped candy. And last, check all your candy.
Good job. I like the way that you read your sentences with expression as well. Does anybody else want to share? We probably have time for maybe one more.
I don't have a title. I don't know what to title mine.
What did you write about?
Costumes. Can I read my story?
Yes, you can.
First there was a mummy. He is in white. Next there's Dracula. He is big and scary. Lastly there was a bat. And he was little and black.
Good descriptions. I like the way that you use adjectives with that, and everybody came up with something different at your table. Today, we talked about transition words. We sequenced the movie, the events in the movie, and you became authors. You each wrote your own book with a title and an author. Good job.
And we drew pictures.
Pictures.